of Whitney's Women with the one and only Whitney Reynolds.
Hello there, Brady.
Hey.
How are you?
Life is good. How are you?
Yeah.
Other than crazy busy.
Well, busy is the one B word that I'm trying to drop from my vocabulary
Okay.
because I want to slow down and enjoy everything. And this is the week of love. So I am just loving all things, but especially this week's Whitney's Woman. How are you, Ricky? Welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, now, Ricky, we are talking about a wonderful event that is coming up, the Fetching Affair. Tell us about it.
So, Fetching Affair is the annual fundraiser for the Bryan and Amanda Bickell Foundation. And the Bickell Foundation was started about 6 years ago by former Chicago Blackhawks player Bryan Bickell and his wife Amanda. And our annual fundraiser will be next Friday, February 22nd, at the Hotel Allegro in Chicago. And we're going to have a very special guest. The Stanley Cup will be there, along with along with some of Bryan's former players from the Blackhawks. We will have a live band, food, drink. It's going to be a really fun night.
Yeah, so I want to get back to the fact that, one of the main attention draws is the Stanley Cup, because that's incredible. But before we get to all that, I want to find out about the mission of the foundation. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So when the foundation was first started, the primary mission was to focus on dogs, and specifically pit bull type dogs who often get a bad rap and are misunderstood in our society. So Amanda and Bryan had adopted a pit bull type dog. They knew nothing about pit bulls before adopting their dog Bailey, and after they did, they realized that there was some confusion about the breed, some discrimination with the breed, so they started the foundation to sort of help change people's minds about pit bulls and then to help pit bulls. So we have clinics in low-income neighborhoods where we spay, neuter, vaccinate, and microchip dogs for free of charge. We've done about 1,800 dogs so far. We also have a program where every weekend we go into the Hepzibah House, which is a foster home for children.
I know them very well.
Yeah, so we go there every Sunday with our service dog program, and these are therapy dogs that do one-on-one therapy with the foster children. And the foster children really connect with the dogs because all of the dogs in the program are also former foster dogs, rescue dogs, dogs that were not with their original owners anymore. And the children really bond with the dogs. We also started a new program about a year ago. Bryan was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and we are now training fully trained service dogs for people with MS for free. So we find out exactly what they need the service dog for, what type of issues they may have with mobility or stability, or if they need a dog for companionship. And then we train that dog to their specific needs, and the dog goes home to live with the person who is also living with MS.
That is amazing. It's crazy to think about how the foundation has evolved over the years and seeing the need that's out there, even through the journey of Bryan's MS diagnosis and now launching that wing of the foundation. What has it been like for the foundation over the years as a whole with this growth?
It's been really exciting. When we started out, we were pretty small. We started with doing just one clinic here in Chicago, and from there it's really taken off. We get, just in the last few weeks, we've gotten 30 different applications from people with multiple sclerosis that would like a service dog. So
that's beautiful.
We've seen a ton of growth. We had our last clinic earlier in this past fall, and we had over 350 dogs. The clinic started at 9 a.m., and people were lined up at 6 a.m. to get their dog vaccinated and microchipped. So there's a definite need. Every time we do a clinic, we see more and more of a need to go into these communities. People really love their pets. They want to keep their pets, make sure that their pets are healthy and safe, but they may lack the economic resources to be able to provide these services to their dogs. So, we're really grateful that we can go in and make sure that the dogs are spayed and neutered to help, control the overpopulation. Pit bulls are the type of dogs that are most often found in shelters and euthanized. So if we can get the dog spayed or neutered, that really also helps with the overcrowding in rescues.
Yeah, it's amazing. What would you want our listeners to know about pit bulls as a breed in itself? Because I know there is some stigmas around pit bulls, and I have a little Shih Tzu, but I mean, she is more fierce than most pit bulls I've met, I'm like, watch out, here she comes.
Right, I'm not exactly sure where they get the bad rap from. Each dog is really a representative of how it's raised and treated. And, sometimes pit bull dogs have been, drawn to, people have been drawn to adopt them when they have, not good intentions for their dogs. And I think a lot of it comes from that. But all of the dogs we work with, if you could meet our service dogs, our rescue dogs, they're just the most loving dogs. They want to, please their owners, be good companions. They work wonderfully with our children in the foster home. The children lay on the floor with them. They cuddle them. They lick the children's faces. It's such a special bond. And, I think if we could just ask the listeners to, open your mind a little bit and get to know these dogs, I think that some people's perspectives and opinions would change.
Absolutely. And I have a dog person staring right across from me right now. Now, Brady, get this. The event, you can buy a ticket for a dog.
Oh,
my God. Right? Isn't that so cool?
That is adorable. And you know what? I might buy 2 tickets because our very own morning show co-host, Angie Taylor, has 2 pit bulls.
Oh.
She's got Shug and she's got Dre, named after her favorite gangsta rappers.
Whoa.
These 2 pit bulls are the most loving, adorable dogs you will ever meet. And one of my best friends, Alex, also has a pit bull. Her name is Junior. And Junior just wants to be loved. And that's what I always say about dogs, and especially pit bulls, is you come into their life, they come into your life, and it's just the perfect fit. So it's fantastic what you guys are doing.
Yes, I know.
Thank you.
What a fun event. So let's go back to this event. But now, Mr. Stanley Cup, is that what we say, Mr. Stanley Cup? Is it a Mr. or is it just like Sir Stanley Cup? I think it's Sir.
I don't know if he likes that label or not. We may have just did that to him without his permission. But, he's coming with his own handler. They're flying in that morning.
Wow.
It's rare to actually get the Stanley Cup to go to non-sanctioned NHL events. So we were very lucky that the NHL was willing and open to allowing us to bring the Stanley Cup back to Chicago without actually another win, which hopefully we'll see soon.
And I'm guessing plenty of picture ops with that, with our newly entitled Mr. Stanley Cup.
Yes, we are going to have a professional photographer there who will take pictures of all of the guests with the cup, and then we'll get the pictures out to them after they've been edited the next week. So there will be definitely photo opportunities. We have some volunteers who will also be willing to take pictures with the guests' personal cameras. Lots of, time to with the cup. We're not going to rush anyone through. If you want to get, a bunch of pictures, that should be fine.
Oh, that is so exciting. But really, the real reason for the event is for the foundation. So how do people get tickets?
Yes, so you can go to the website Bickell, Bickell 19.gesture.com, or if you go to our website, bickellfoundation.org, there's a link right there to go to the Gesture website. And we're also going to launch on the Gesture website early next week all of our auction items. So if you're not able to come to the event, but you're interested in bidding on an auction or raffle item, you'll be able to do that right from your own home.
Well, I am so excited about the event. I'll actually be emceeing, so it's going to be quite the night. I mean, we're going to have people come in, take pictures, and support this wonderful foundation.
Yes, and we're so grateful to you, Whitney. We're really excited for you to MC.
It's going to be so much fun. And anything else you want to leave our listeners with?
Just, if you have a chance, we would love for you to visit our website. We have a lot of facts there about pit bulls, a lot of facts about just general dog information, and more in-depth information on all of our different programs. So if you have someone in your life that has multiple sclerosis and may be interested in a dog, or if you are interested in bringing your dog to one of our clinics, or if you have a pit bull type dog that you think would be a good therapy dog for our program at the Head of the House, you can find out all of the information on our website, which again is bickellfoundation.org.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Ricky, for coming on the show today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to see you next Friday.
You're
I know.
The Stanley Cup. Do you see the envy? You're going to be taking pictures.
You know what's really weird? In my new season, I have a segment coming out where I was talking with a horse. Now, horses don't talk back. And I actually had a pretty long segment with them, so watch out. I could be having a segment with the Stanley Cup.
You're going to be talking to the Stanley Cup?
Potentially.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It's weird things have happened. I mean, I got a whole segment with a horse, so who knows?
And speaking of your show, we got some big things coming up as well.
Our new season launches March 25th, and
Nice.
oh yeah, I know.
Hey.
Where's that applaud button? Whoop, whoop. So we launch in Chicago. We always launch here first because you're my home market on Lakeshore PBS, March 25th at 6:30. But this time we are doing a rooftop premiere party. You are going to have the best unobstructed view in all of Lincoln Park at the J. Parker. You get a
Ooh.
drink, you get some food. We're going to have a really great time. And of course, you get to watch the show with me. We'll be there, and then we'll do a live after show. So we're going to release tickets the first week of March. So still a little bit of time before we release tickets. They sell out fast, but we don't sell them. We give them out fast. So make sure that first week, be paying attention to our social so you can get your tickets.
March 25th, we'll be there, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, absolutely, Brady. Thanks always for having us in and all these wonderful women that come through with all these, hearts for changing the world.
For more information, check out WhitneyReynolds.com or get social with us. Twitter @Whitney Reynolds or on Facebook, The Whitney Reynolds Show.